Hello, I'm Kate Driver, naturopath and women's health coach. I wanted to talk to you today about inflamm-ageing and how inflammation actually speeds up the aging process. It's not something we really like to think about, is it, aging, but it just happens whether we like it or not, and how annoying this aging process is. But as you age, or as you get to a certain age, I should say, um, over 40, maybe over 50, it becomes a bit more apparent because you might get diagnosed with something, or you get more aches and pains, or all of a sudden something happens to your body that makes you stop and think, oh wow, yeah, I'm getting older. This is normal, which actually you shouldn't accept that it's normal. But when people have these ailments and symptoms and think that it's normal because other people have them at the same age, then that's not a good sign, and it's not a good excuse just to ignore it and think it's part of aging and don't worry about it. Because we can all slow down the symptoms and the signs of aging inside and outside. And yes, we're all going to inevitably die one day, and we're going to age. We cannot slow that down altogether, but we can help our bodies as much as we can, and we can prevent disease as much as we can. And this inflammation that causes aging also drives the disease process in our bodies. So it's something that we can really control through diet and lifestyle and supplements, and even through our mind and how we think. So it's a really important thing to look at in your life, especially if you're over 40. And as I'm nearing very close to 50 myself, I wanted to be able to educate and share as much information as possible with my clients and my patients, and people like you also that want to learn more about how to slow down the signs of aging and the symptoms of aging. And it's more apparent with perimenopause and menopause, if you're a woman that's listening to this, because our inflammation goes through the roof during that time, because our hormones get a little bit crazy. And unfortunately, this whole interconnection of all the hormones and what they do, it increases inflammation. So if you're a perimenopausal or menopausal woman, or if you're not even sure, if you're between, say, 40 and 60, it might be a good time for you to really seriously look at reducing inflammation as well. So inflammation can show signs in your body such as more hot flushes. Maybe you're not sleeping very well. It could mean that you get more mood swings, or you've got brain fog. It can mean that you've got joint aches and pains. Maybe you've got bloating or digestive issues. Maybe your eyesight's sort of declining more quickly than you thought it should. And sometimes people can get skin problems, itchiness. Anything that's red is a sign of inflammation, but some of them aren't even very apparent, because it can be happening inside in your arteries and veins and in your connective tissue and in your organs, and you really don't know that it's happening. So how can we slow down the signs of aging and the symptoms, and how can we reduce inflammation? Well, firstly, you need to look at an anti-inflammatory diet, and this diet should be full of lots of unprocessed foods, so lots of plant-based foods as much as possible, and protein at every meal, and good forms of protein, and that can help us balance our blood sugar levels. So this is very important also, because you can increase inflammation in the body and age more quickly when we don't balance our blood sugar levels properly, and we end up with uncontrolled blood sugar levels in our body. This can increase inflammation and increase the ages. And ages are advanced glycated end products, which are damaging to all of our tissue in our bodies. So it can actually make us look older on the outside, like wrinkles, or it can affect our arteries and veins in our heart and our connective tissue and our organs on the inside. And it can increase things like diabetes and cardiovascular disease prevalence. So it's something you want to avoid, is having unbalanced or all over the place sort of blood sugar levels. Now, one really good thing also, apart from having protein at every meal to balance your blood sugar levels, is to have 35 grams of fibre a day and spread that out through the day. And that's slow release fibre from plants and nuts and seeds and those sort of things. But also is to have apple cider vinegar. And you might have heard about this a lot before, and there's many people that do take apple cider vinegar, but it can really be a great thing to reduce inflammation for a start. It's great at that, but it also helps you, sorry, I was going to say it helps you digest your foods more efficiently because it actually increases your stomach acid. And when your stomach acid is increased, it promotes the flow of bile, which is a substance your liver produces. It's stored in your gallbladder if you've got one. And that helps us bind to toxins, and it helps us with our stools and our bowel movements. But also this lovely apple cider vinegar helps us reduce the glycemic load of our food intake at a meal. So it means that the glucose from the food is released at a more even rate, and it's more stabilized rather than you getting all that energy from the food too quickly. So it actually helps you balance your blood sugar levels throughout the day, having apple cider vinegar with meals. What I recommend most people do, I know some people have it in the morning and the evening. Look, that's okay as well, especially to help reduce inflammation. But if you also want it to help your digestion and to balance your blood sugar levels, just take it with your meal. So what I do is actually sip it while I'm preparing my meal. So I have 2 teaspoons in about that much water, which is probably about 50 mils, and I make it warm so it's digested and absorbed more efficiently, and sip it while I'm preparing my meal. You can have it with your meal if you prefer, or you can put it in your meal like in a salad dressing, which is really nice also. So apple cider vinegar is so good for reducing signs of inflammation and helping balance your blood sugar levels. And so is coconut oil. And coconut oil contains lauric acid, which has been shown to reduce inflammation, help stabilize your your cholesterol, and it increases your metabolism and actually speeds up the metabolism. And it also helps with your thyroid function. It's an amazing oil which you can use on the outside of your body as well. You probably do that. It's great for your hair and skin. It can be used as a very light natural sunscreen. I wouldn't use it if you're going out for the sun for long periods of time, but it does build up layers on your skin if you're using it on your skin as well. But internally, it can really help reduce inflammation. So a few tablespoons of that a day is really good too. And you can cook with it or add it to things like smoothies or your bliss balls or your salads or whatever you like. They're great ways to help reduce inflammation. But like I said, then you need to make sure you have unprocessed foods too. So as many raw foods as possible, and you can have cooked foods as well, but try and not have processed foods out of a packet. So if you're having too many things at every meal in a packet, then that's going to increase inflammation also. And it puts so much strain on our digestive systems, and there's less nutrients in these sort of foods. So we're not really getting what we need from that meal if we're having too many processed foods. So I hope you've enjoyed some of these tips. I'll be back soon for more. And if you'd like to learn a bit more, then you can sign up to my next live workshop. The next one I'm doing is very soon, and it's on inflamm-ageing, but it's called Vitality and Anti-Aging. So there's the sign up link below that you'll see. If you want to learn more, just have a look at it. Otherwise, just sign up and you can get the replay link as well and watch it as a replay. But otherwise, I'll be doing some more videos soon and keep you posted. Thanks for listening, and I hope you have a lovely day or evening wherever you are in the world. Bye for now.